Yo, what's up guys, it's King Sean here, and in today's video, I will be bringing you guys my official Week 15 game preview between the Commanders and the Saints Week 15 matchup. This is an important game for the Commanders to win. Y'all already know how I make these videos. I'll go with the injury report first, talk about that for both teams, then I'll transition to keys to victory for both the offense and defense. And then finally, I'll give you guys my final score prediction. So, if you guys are new to my channel, leave a like down below, subscribe, turn on notifications, and with that out of the way, let's get straight into today's video. Starting off with the injury report, there's not many surprises here. Noah Brown, obviously he's out for the year, so he's going to be out for this game. Jamison Crowder, full participant all week. It'll be interesting whether or not they decide to activate him off of IR. My guess is they'll probably wait another week or two to do so, and he's going to have to wait a little bit more time to be activated off of IR. Zane Gonzalez, he's questionable. And actually, yesterday, they worked out kicker Greg Joseph, former Vikings kicker. He was also with the Giants early on in the year, and we decided to work him out yesterday. So I saw that a little bit interesting. That kind of went, under the rug a little bit. Not a lot of fans saw that, but I saw it somehow. I'm pretty sure it was tweeted out by Albert Wilson on Twitter or X. So, that was interesting right there. And today we announced that we signed him to our practice squad. So that's interesting. And it especially is with Zane Gonzalez being questionable. And Gonzalez was limited on Wednesday, but was a full participant on Thursday and Friday. It is still questionable for this game. So he's definitely a guy to monitor for Sunday's game. We cannot afford to have, another kicker out, man. That would be very annoying. If I had to guess, I think Zane Gonzalez will play. However, you want to really watch out for 4 p.m. tomorrow because that's when, all of the roster moves for game day get announced, who we elevate from the practice squad, maybe guys we place on IR. I expect us to place Noah Brown on IR once 4 p.m. Eastern hits, so watch out for that time because if we elevate Greg Joseph from the practice squad, then that'll most likely tell you that Zane Gonzalez will be out for Sunday's game, so he is definitely a guy to monitor. Deron Payne, questionable as well. He did not practice today with a back injury. Now, they may be taking some precautionary issues or precautionary measures. However, he didn't practice today, and he's questionable for Sunday's game. That's a concern. That's one to watch, If they don't elevate a defensive tackle from the practice squad, and I think the guy on the practice squad right now, a defensive tackle, is Tyler Davis. So if they elevate him, then that could signal that Deron Payne probably isn't going to play. And then as for everyone else, Clelin Ferrell, Zach Ertz, Dante Fowler Jr., Noah Igbenogany, Marshawn Lattimore, Jordan McGee, Juan Martin, they're all good to go. And then as for the Saints side, DeMarco Jackson and Bub Means have been ruled out for this game. Bub Means is one of their only healthy receivers on their roster right now, with Rashid Shaheed out. Obviously, he's on IR, and with Chris Olave on IR as well. Both of those guys are most likely done for the entire season. So Bub Means being out does, hit their receiving core. Once again, that's a pretty large blow to the receiving core, which is already pretty depleted. Derek Carr, I really don't know why they have him listed as doubtful. Like, he's not going to play. They already announced Jake Haener as the starting quarterback for Sunday's game. What's the point of having him listed as doubtful, right? He's not going to play this week. He's probably not going to play another game for the rest of the year, right? So I don't see the point of having him listed as doubtful, but it's what it is, right? And then everybody else for them, Jawan Johnson, Alvin Kamara. I said yesterday that, if the illness is severe, then he maybe has a chance to not play on Sunday. Otherwise, he's going to be fine. He's probably going to practice tomorrow, as in Friday, which is today. And he did. He practiced in full. He is good to go, along with Jawan Johnson, their starting tight end. He is good to go as well. So that is the Saints' injury report. Moving on to keys to victory. Gonna start on the offensive side of the ball. As always, key to victory number 1, establish a run game early and often. The Saints are pretty bad at stopping the run this year. They are 25th at stopping the run, They're giving up 134.2 yards a game on the ground, and we are third in rushing offense, running for over 150 yards per game, which is really good. Obviously, good for top 3 in the NFL. So we did a great job of running the ball against a top 10 Titans run defense last week. So if we could do it against a top 10 run defense statistically against the Titans, and we ran for over 260 yards versus them, I have no doubt that we can do the same versus the Saints this week. You know, Brian Robinson, he wasn't even like 100% healthy. Like, he was still dealing with that, I think, knee injury it was. And he was full in practice, I want to say, on Thursday and Friday leading up to that game. But he still wasn't 100%. Now, with the bye week, he should be 100% at this point, or super close to 100% as well. Obviously, we're going to involve Jaden on the ground. You know, we're going to involve Chris Rodriguez a good amount, same with Jerry McNichols. So I have a good feeling that we're going to be able to get our run game going in this game. We have to. That is really our bread and butter, getting our run game going, which allows us to open up the pass game. So that is key to victory number 1. Get the run game going, establish it early and often. Key to victory number 2 for the offense: protect Jaden and protect the ball. That basically means, obviously, protect Jaden and don't give away the ball. I feel like we have turned the ball over a little bit too much over the past couple of weeks. Versus Dallas, we turned the ball over 3 times. Now, one of them was an interception by Jaden on a Hail Mary, so you can count that or not, but still 3 turnovers, right? John Baines, he fumbled obviously he fumbled in that game, and then Jaden also threw an interception earlier in that game. B-Rob should have caught it, but still wasn't a great decision by Jaden to throw it to B-Rob on that failed screen attempt. And then also last week, although we blew the Titans out, Jaden still threw an interception, tipped off of Ertz's hands. It was a high throw. However, I feel like Ertz still could have tried to come down with it, but, you know, is what it is. Led to an interception, a turnover on our part. So, got to do a better job of, you know, taking care of the ball. And we have done that all season long, but over the past, you could say 1, 2, maybe 3 weeks, we just haven't done as good of a job as we were before. So, want to see us getting back to taking care of the ball really well. And then obviously protecting Jaden. The Saints have 29 sacks on the season. That is ranked 24th in the NFL. They are tied with a couple of other teams as well. So they're alright at getting to the quarterback. They're not the greatest team in the NFL at getting to the quarterback. So over the past 3 weeks, we've let up about 12 sacks, I'm pretty sure. We let up a couple against Philly, obviously. And we let up a couple. We only let up 2 last week versus the Titans, or 2 weeks ago versus the Titans. We let up a couple versus Steelers, obviously. So over the past couple weeks, we have let up a few too many sacks before. However, we haven't done a terrible job, right, at protecting Jaden. We've done a pretty solid job overall on the season. And hopefully, you know, that continues in this game. Obviously, the Saints on that D-line, they got Cameron Jordan. Chase Young, will it be a revenge game for him? I doubt it, right? He had a chance last year with the Niners, but he didn't really. He still gets a lot of pressures. However, he still has a hard time at getting the quarterback down to the ground. So, you know, Saints could get some pressure on us, but we just got to do a good job of protecting Jaden. Key to victory number 3 for the offense: put away this game quickly or early. The Saints are not very incapable of scoring 30 points as of this point in the season. Early on in the season, first 2 weeks of the season, they scored 40 points in back-to-back of their games, their first 2 games, versus the Panthers and against the Cowboys as well. So early on in the season, they were capable of scoring a whole bunch of points. Now they aren't, and especially with Chris Olave out, Derek Carr out, Rashid Shaheed out. A lot of their weapons on offense are out. Their offense runs through Alvin Kamara at this point, and he always really has, but especially at this point in the season, and we're going to get to him when we get to defensive keys to victory, because, hey man, stopping him is going to be very important. But my point is, right, we got to put him away early, because we saw versus the Cowboys, we had several opportunities to put the Cowboys away early, and we let them hang along or hang around for way too long. That gave them confidence, that built confidence in them. that they can go and win the game. And what did they do? They won the game, right? So that's how bad teams can beat you. If you don't put bad teams away early or quickly, then they build confidence and they can end up beating you, right? So we have to be able to put the Saints away pretty early in this game or quickly, whatever it is. The Saints, like I said, they aren't capable of scoring 30 plus points, right? So if we get to 30 or if we get to like 28 points, then the game should be over, right? We should win the game. And obviously part of putting the game away early is moving the ball downfield, converting on third downs, fourth downs, scoring points. You know, Jaden, the offense, they got to be on their A game this week. And the Saints defense, they have looked better, you know, under Dan Rizzi. The Saints overall have looked better under Dan Rizzi. You know, they fight for that dude. They really, really like that dude. I mean, before he even became their interim head coach, they loved him, right? So, you know, we cannot take the Saints lightly. They're going to fight hard for him. However, they have deficiencies on both sides of the ball, and especially on offense, but on defense too. They can't stop the run very well. They aren't amazing at stopping the pass, so we got to take advantage of those deficiencies on defense, and I believe that Jaden, Cliff, and the rest of the offense will. Terry, we got to target Terry obviously a whole lot. KJ Osborne, he's going to be available this weekend per DQ. However, he's probably not going to get a whole ton of snaps, maybe like 5 to 15 snaps, maybe 20. We shall see. Will be interesting to see what Luke McCaffrey and Diami do with Noah Brown's absence. Zach Ertz obviously got to step up. Brian Robinson, Chris Rodriguez, Jeremy McNichols, everybody on offense got to step up because we need to put these boys away early or quickly. Moving on to the defensive side of the ball, the most important key to victory. Honestly, the most important key to victory in this game maybe. Stop number 41. Alvin Kamara. The Saints offense runs through Alvin Kamara. He is their offense, to be honest. I mean, really the only weapons on offense they have are, you could say Juwan Johnson. Obviously, Alvin Kamara and Marquez Valdez-Scantling has been really good for them, or pretty good for them since he's joined them, right? He's looked really good. The connection with him and Derek Carr was looking really good, but then Derek Carr got injured, obviously, last week versus the Giants. So, you know, that may hurt him a little bit, but he is a really good vertical, deep threat for them. But Alvin Kamara is what the Saints offense runs through. If you contain Alvin Kamara and, you know, stopping him completely, it is hard to do, right? But if you contain him, then that's the hard part. Everything else should be easy, right? Contain Alvin Kamara and you win this game. Well, first of all, if we do what we're supposed to do, right, we win this game, obviously. But, you know, containing Alvin Kamara will especially help us win this game because he is a dog. He's still a dog, right? He's the Saints offense. Like, he's literally the Saints offense, man. There's no other way to put it. He is one of the best running backs in the NFL. He is not very easy to stop. However, if we can at least contain him, then we've got a really, really good shot of limiting this Saints offense, which isn't great, right? They shouldn't go crazy on our defense, right? Because obviously our defense isn't the greatest, but the Saints offense is not great. But with Alvin Kamara, they could be, you know, a little something, right? But he's basically the head of their snake. And we cut off the head, we eliminate Alvin Kamara from the equation, everything else should be easy. So once again, contain Alvin Kamara. That is probably the most important key to victory, if not for the game, the most important key to victory for the defensive side of the ball. Key to victory number 2 for the defense, get pressure on Jake Haener. Look, Jake Haener is not good at all. He is not a good backup quarterback. He's not a great quarterback, right? He's just not good. The Saints backup quarterback situation is just not good. Both Haener and Spencer Rattler aren't good. And the really easy way to create turnovers, which is actually key to victory number 3, I'll talk about that literally while I'm talking about key to victory number 2. Key to victory number 3, ball is life, force turnovers. And this correlates with, you know, key to victory number 2. Get pressure on Jake Haener. He's bound to make mistakes, like whether you get pressure on him or not. But if you get pressure on him, especially, then he is bound to give you several opportunities to get a turnover or two on him. I guarantee you. He's going to give you multiple opportunities to get turnovers on you or a turnover on him regardless if you get pressure on him or not. He's going to make mistakes in the game, right? But getting pressure on him will probably ensure you that you're going to have the chance to get a couple of turnovers on Jake Haener, and that's what we need to do. Last week or 2 weeks ago versus the Titans, I feel like our pass rush could have been way better. It wasn't terrible, but it could have been better. Versus Cooper Rush and the Cowboys, we did not get any pressure on Cooper Rush. We were making Cooper Rush look like a decent quarterback, which was very disappointing to watch. Very disappointing to see, right? We got to do a good job of getting pressure. And with Daron Payne, and look, Daron Payne, with him potentially being out, that could hurt us a little bit, right? But hopefully, he does play. I still think he plays, but, he's definitely a guy to monitor, right? So we got to be able to get pressure on Jake Haener. And if we do, we have to be able to take the ball away. Want to see a turnover or two. We had 2 turnovers versus the Titans. I want to see more this week. Maybe catch an interception or 2. Marshall Lattimore, man, he out for revenge, man. Look, he loved New Orleans, right? He loved New Orleans. He didn't want to leave, but he understands it's a business, and they traded him away. And now he wants to make the Saints regret trading him away. And, he could do that. He really could do that on Sunday. I definitely could see him getting an interception. I want to see Mikey get an interception, potentially. Maybe Jeremy Chin get a turnover. We shall see. But overall, I just want to see us get turnovers on Jake Haener, on the Saints offense. And we can do that by getting pressure on Jake Haener. And then as for my score prediction, I have us winning this game 27-13. And look, I could easily see us winning by more, but I just have this as sort of a baseline, right? If we do what we're supposed to do, we're going to win this game. And what we do, what we're supposed to do on offense, we run the ball, right? No matter what, we run the ball efficiently and effectively. We did it last week versus the Titans. We've done it really all season long. We got to do it on Sunday versus the Saints. And their defense has looked better under Dan Rizzi. No, they only allowed 21 points to the Rams. A couple weeks before that, only allowed 17 points to a Falcons team that was performing really well on offense at the time, and yet the Saints only allowed 17 points to them. And yeah, that's a divisional game, family business if you want to call it, but still 17 points, only allowing 17 points is pretty good. So the defense has played a bit better, but still it's not amazing. They don't do a great job at stopping the run, and we do an amazing job at running the ball. We are third in the lead at running the ball, rushing for 150 yards per game on average, right? So we got to take advantage of those deficiencies the Saints have on defense. Got to move the ball downfield, convert on third downs and fourth downs, score touchdowns, points, all that. And I feel like we will accomplish that in that game. I think Jaden's going to have a really nice game. Same with Cliff, play calling wise. I think we're going to do a good job of feeding Terry once again for the second straight week. I'm very interested to see what Luke McCaffrey and De'Ami Brown will do in the absence of Noah Brown as well. And then on the defensive side of the ball, stop Alvin Kamara, and everything else will be easy. That's all I'm going to say, right? So, that is my score prediction right there, 27-13. Comment down below what you guys think will happen in this game, your score prediction, and who you guys think is going to win. So, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, leave a like down below, subscribe, turn on notifications, and other than that, it's been King Sean, and I'm out. Peace.